This week's operator signal is simple. AI is leaving the demo lane and moving into the operating system of work. The biggest announcements were not only about smarter models, they were about distribution, governance, delivery capacity, and the infrastructure required to let agents do real work without creating chaos. That is the transition leaders should pay attention to. The question is no longer which model is best in isolation. The sharper question is which system can turn intelligence into accountable execution. First, OpenAI pushed Codex and frontier models deeper into enterprise channels. On June 1st, OpenAI announced that its frontier models and Codex are generally available on Amazon Bedrock. And for operators, that matters because AWS is already where many companies manage identity, procurement, billing, security, and compliance. The model becomes easier to approve when it fits the control plane the business already trusts. Then, on June 2nd, OpenAI expanded the Codex story beyond software teams. Codex is being positioned for analysts, marketers, operators, designers, researchers, investors, and bankers. The useful part is not that every role becomes a developer. It is that every role can create work products, dashboards, lightweight tools, and interactive sites without waiting for a central team to translate the idea into execution. Second, Microsoft and NVIDIA both made the same point from different ends of the stack. Agents need a system around them. Microsoft framed the enterprise opportunity as governed, continuously improving agents executing long-running work across software delivery, support, finance, HR, and operations. NVIDIA announced Agent Toolkit software, Nematron models, OpenShell secure runtime, Q2X skills, and partnerships with enterprise software leaders. The shared message is clear. A model alone is not an agent. An agent needs orchestration, memory, tools, policy, identity, security, and feedback loops. That is the practical shift. Builders should stop thinking about agents as chat windows and start thinking about agent harnesses. What can the agent see? What can it change? Which tools can it use? What are the approval boundaries? Where is the audit trail? How does the system know when to stop, escalate, or ask a human? Third, Anthropic leaned into the delivery bottleneck. On June 3rd, it introduced the Services Track and Partner Hub for the Claude Partner Network. This is not a small administrative update. Anthropic is making it easier for enterprises to find firms that can actually deploy Claude in production. It highlighted major professional services rollouts, certifications, and industry-specific agent work. That is important because the shortage is not only model capacity, it is field capacity. Enterprises need people who can map workflows, build evals, redesign jobs, integrate data, govern risk, and teach teams how to operate differently. Consulting arms, partner networks, and forward deployed specialists are becoming the bridge between AI capability and enterprise adoption. Fourth, Asana made the work layer argument explicit. On June 4th, Asana unveiled what it calls an operating system for human agent teams, agentic work management, AI teammates, Asana Dash, and new apps for service management, builders, and client management. The idea is humans and agents working from the same plan with the same context under the same governance. This may be the most operator-relevant phrase of the week. Same plan, same context, same governance. Agents will not transform companies if their work lives in side chats. They need the plan, the dependencies, the owners, the exceptions, the memory of prior decisions, and the handoff rules. Otherwise, they create more fragments, not more throughput. At the same time, the security layer heated up. Noma launched agent access control for AI agents and MCP servers on June 2nd. NetFoundry launched Zero Trust MCP and LLM gateways on June 3rd. Both point to the same reality as agents connect to internal tools, data, APIs, and infrastructure. Teams need identity, visibility, control, and runtime monitoring. Now for the weekly metal table. For writing, gold goes to Claude Opus 4.8. It was released just before this week, but it remains the best signal for long context writing, professional reasoning, and careful editing. Silver goes to GPT 5.5 instant after OpenAI's quality and style update. It is strong for fast drafts and practical writing. Bronze goes to Gemini 3.5 Flash because speed and broad access matter when writing is part of a larger workflow. For research, gold goes to Gemini 3.5 Flash. Its strength is fast, agentic, multimodal research across search, AI mode, anti-gravity, and enterprise surfaces. Silver goes to Claude Opus 4.8 for deep analysis, citation precision, and better uncertainty handling. Bronze goes to Codex because Codex is becoming useful for turning research into artifacts, sites, dashboards, reports, and annotated work products. For image and visual creation, gold goes to Microsoft MAI Image 2.5. Microsoft says it is now live in PowerPoint, rolling out in OneDrive, and coming to Foundry, which makes it operationally useful for business visuals. Silver goes to Gemini 3.5 Flash for interactive graphics and generative UI. Bronze goes to Codex sites and annotations because visual work often becomes more valuable when it can be edited, shared, and converted into a usable artifact. For video creation and editing, the category was mostly unchanged this week. Gold remains with specialist video platforms for final video generation. Silver goes to Codex native production workflows when the goal is structured business content, explainers, and repeatable publishing. Bronze goes to multimodal assistants like Gemini and Claude for scripting, storyboarding, and asset planning. For agent and automation creation, gold goes to Codex. The June 2nd update makes it a broader work automation platform, not just a coding assistant. Silver goes to Claude Opus 4.8 and Claude Code Dynamic Workflows for long-running development and agentic tasks. Bronze goes to Microsoft and NVIDIA's agent stack because the enterprise answer is moving toward governed harnesses, not isolated bots. For vibe coding, app creation, and lightweight internal tools, gold goes to Codex sites. The ability to create shareable websites and apps from business context is exactly where non-developers start seeing leverage. Silver goes to Claude Code with Opus 4.8 for complex code-based work. Bronze goes to Gemini 3.5 Flash and Anti-Gravity for fast agentic coding and interface generation. And the 7th category this week is enterprise deployment. Gold goes to OpenAI on AWS because distribution through existing enterprise infrastructure removes friction. Silver goes to Anthropic partner network because train delivery capacity matters. Bronze goes to Asana's human agent work operating layer because adoption sticks when agents land inside real work. Here's the operator playbook. 1. Pick one real workflow, not one flashy demo. Choose something with owners, handoffs, exceptions, and measurable cycle time. 2. Define the agent harness before expanding agent count, identity, tool access, memory, logging, evaluation, and escalation are not afterthoughts. 3. Use the platform your business already trusts. AWS, Microsoft, Asana, Salesforce, Databricks, and similar systems are becoming the places where AI will be approved, governed, and measured. 4. Budget for adoption, not just tokens. The new bottleneck is workflow redesign, evals, partner capacity, and internal enablement. 5. Measure operating leverage. The best AI system is not the one that creates, the most activity. It is the one that reduces cycle time, improves decision quality, exposes blocked work, and moves humans toward higher judgment tasks. The pattern to watch next week, whether these agent platforms start proving measurable through put gains or whether they stay in announcement mode. The winners will not be the companies with the most agents. The winners will be the ones that make work more visible, governed, and faster to complete.